Hey, what's up everybody? It's Andrew with Run Guns, and today we're going to be reviewing my new Sig Spear LT in 300 Blackout, as you can see here. And I want to just disclose up front, I paid for everything in this video with my own money, with the exception of the O-Light flashlight, which I'll be discussing later in the video. So going through the rifle itself, it's 5.6 pounds out the box. Obviously I accessorized it, so it's going to be a little more at this point. It does come with a 9-inch barrel for the 300 Blackout, which I think is pretty ideal for a tight, compact gun. Overall length is just less than 19 inches. I believe it's 18.8 inches. Just going from front to back, you got their QD mount up front. I do plan on getting the suppressor for it, but up to this point in the video, I do not have that yet. Going back, I do have my Odin mini flashlight, which you can see there. I do have the pressure pad up front. It is pretty nice. It's 1250 lumens, and it is submersible, IPX8 rated. You can see that I also added a Magpul hand stop to it as well. And I also have QD mounts on this side. And that is because I have my MS4 QD sling from Magpul. And this could become a 2-point sling or a single point sling very easily. So for this kind of configuration, honestly, I first thought a single point would be easier. But I actually found that 2-point sling is a better method, and I'll show you in my range testing how exactly I shot this gun. You do have a nice M-lock rail up front, which you can see I utilize as much as I can without making it too cumbersome up front. Going back, you have ambidextrous controls on either side, which I think is pretty nice if you want to do like transition drills, or if you're a lefty, something you don't really have to worry about. Also, this gun has been safety checked, should have mentioned that up front. You do have the Romeo 5 up top, and I Loctited everything on this gun and haven't had any issues whatsoever. Also, within my range testing, I've had 0 malfunctions with this gun, so I'm super happy about that. It's basically functioned flawlessly since I got it. Charging handle, ambidextrous, also very nice. I do like how we could lock the bolt back very easily one-handed. Just lift this lever up, and again, we are empty. It does come with a flat match grade trigger, which is also really nice. Really appreciate that. It does feel good on the range, and the grip is also really comfortable as well. I do wish that they didn't come with this foam in the packaging. The Sig packaging honestly is not very good. We do have an adjustable gas block up front. Should have mentioned that when we were in the front of the gun. And overall, we have a small compact package. It actually fits perfectly in my range bag as is, which is nice. I obviously have not shot it with a brace or a stock yet, and I did want to keep this in pistol configuration instead of Form 1ing it, just so that I could have that legal flexibility of crossing state lines and not having to fill out paperwork. So that's what we're going to rock for now. Maybe in the future I'll Form 1 it, and I'll give you guys an update if I do. I did also buy these rubber bands, as you can see down at the bottom of my magazines, just to differentiate my 300 Blackout magazines from my 5.56 magazines. And I also have them labeled as supersonic or subsonic, because I do have 3 different types of ammunition which I'm shooting out of this gun, which I'll go over with you all. So for home defense for this gun, basically I'm using 300 Blackout 115 grain jacketed hollow points with a velocity of 2,175 feet per second. Next up, I have my supersonic loads. This is basically what I'm using at the range for the most part, and this is 110 grain VMAX, 2325 feet per second, so really quick. And then of course for my suppressor, which I plan to get in the future, I have a 220 grain OTM subsonic 1000 feet per second, and this is all by AAC. You'll also notice that on my sling I do have a RATS tourniquet. Now, is this the best tourniquet? No. Is it the second best tourniquet out there? No. And it's probably not even the third. But I do think it's better than nothing, and it's very compact. And it's one of the smallest tourniquets that I could actually incorporate into my sling. So that's why it's here, and I think it'll do the job if needed. Getting back to the flashlight, it is the O-Light Odin Mini. I believe they do have a sale going on. I'll drop a link down below in case y'all want to check it out. But what I do like about it is that it has the magnetic tail cap. It's very easy to push on and off. It's also quiet to initiate. It has a 5-hour maximum runtime, 240 meter max distance, and 1250 lumens. It's also magnetically rechargeable from the back, which is super easy. You don't have to take it off if you don't want to. But if you do, it's really easy to come on and off. and you know, you could throw it in your pocket if you need to and clip it right back on. So it has been reliable for me. I did shoot with it. That was one of my concerns, is like how it's going to absorb the shock, considering that the muzzle is literally right next to it. And it functioned flawlessly, didn't have any issues at all. Of course, I was smart and I put my blade of my muzzle basically right next to it, if you could see there. And that being said, hopefully the gas dissipates this way, and doesn't directly hit the light, because I don't think that'd be smart. But so far, honestly, I've had zero issues. I also got this like plastic sticker that goes over the light itself, just to prevent lead buildup on there. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll also drop a link for that below. I think it's pretty smart. That way it's easy to like just swap out these little stickers, and you don't have to worry about your flashlight getting all dirty up front or having to use chapstick or Vaseline. In terms of shooting performance with this gun, like I said, I had zero malfunctions in terms of accuracy and ease of shooting. Of course, I don't have a stock, so it makes it a little bit more challenging to hit out to distances. I did test it to my range, probably up to like 50 meters, and I was pretty effective with that, up to 50 meters. And I believe this is just a close quarters type of gun anyways. The way I used it was like this. So this is kind of like my setup, how I had it. And it basically creates like a tight situation where you're able to push forward and create some type of stability for shooting. And for me, it worked just fine. I was able to shoot like this. It gives me enough distance away from my face, so any recoil is not going to hit me in the face. But of course, it's something that takes a lot of practice in order to get good at, and something I'm still working on. In the future, once I have my suppressor on, I think it's going to have a really good use case. I think it's going to be very quiet. It's going to be easily concealable, and it's still going to be technically just a pistol. So I think it meets a lot of good criteria for having in the collection. In terms of pricing, it did cost around $2,500 for the gun itself, plus all the accessories. I'll try to list that down below in the description with any links that I have available. And overall, I'm very happy with this package. I think it's lightweight, accurate, reliable, kind of checks off all the boxes that I was looking for. Also fits in my bag, which I'll show you. All right, so this is my Oakley range bag that I normally use. And as you can see, just like that, fits in without an issue, with maybe an inch to spare. So I really like it. Small package. Overall, very happy with the gun. So that's my brief review of the Spear LT in 300 Blackout in pistol configuration. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave it down below. If there's anything you think I could do to improve the firearm, or something I should do differently, also let me know down below. Always open to feedback. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.